We are live. Okay. Let's get going on this. Okay, we have someone supposed to move into the point of control. I already passed, almost passed one account. I'm going to get a second account. We'll just trade a second one today on my funded futures. Let me just gobble this count up real quick. And then we will get started and see if we can hit the at least 14 or 1500 to get on that one. I'll break down my short entry that I took. Sorry, this is just a low volume one. We broke this, so our bullish. Okay, I can remove that. Just like remove. Don't need that anymore. And we don't need this. Okay. Let's see what we got. Getting my next funded just so we can add to it. Start another challenge. I'm gonna do 2, 3, or 4 maybe every day. As I pass, I'll just keep stacking up, and then we'll see what we can get. I do trade on Volsys, deep charts, whatever you want to call it. It's a very good order flow platform, and yeah, I really do like it. It's pretty easy to use, and yeah. All right, buy another challenge. Just buy one more. Maybe I'll buy a second one on Monday, or third one on Monday. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll have 3. I think max you can have 5 on here, and we'll see if we can road to a payout. You guys should trade live too with me if you like, and then yeah, I'm just gonna do this all for educational purposes and just exposing the truths to the trading game. I mean, basically showing losses live. Everything will be done live. There's not enough transparency in this industry a lot, and I took a fat loss yesterday. No, not yesterday. Wednesday on FMOC. I didn't trade yesterday, and it was actually really risky, and I just ended up blowing it. My first account. So this was my second account. I'm buying the third account, and then yeah, we'll maybe buy a fourth or fifth. And this is on a completely separate account. I have other funded accounts, but I'm just doing this to grow accounts and show the live trading within itself. You can see right here, this is where like a huge amount of sellers were last time. Just in that little pocket. That's crazy. You see that? That's like right here is where they're trying to break through. Well, exactly where we're at. This is where sellers are truly. Okay, I gotta reset so I can load up my second account on this account. And then hopefully I could pass all the funders that I have right now. I should be able to pass the one Monday, Tuesday, and then yeah, hopefully pass the other one Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe buy another one, and then we could trade.
Connected.
Trade all 3 of them. And if I do, I'll probably just drop down micros. To be honest, run like 4 micros. Call it a good day. Try to get like $400 or $500 a day on those, just in front of everyone. Okay, so let's break down this market here. Sorry, let me try my moderation so I can see if anyone has comments or questions. All right, let's see where we are. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So we go from low to high. Let's see what the volume looks like here. This is low volume node right here. And this is the one that had resistance right in this area. You can see low volume node, everything spiked up and it's low. They try to bounce off here, bought it back, try to sell again, bought it back, finally broke. So the actual resistance I'm looking at is this one right here. You just drag it across. There's literally Look at all this area right here where it sells. This is where it's bouncing off right now. It's exactly where the resistance is. Alright. I just got a post on Instagram while I'm here, real quick, before we get started. Let me do my other account. Okay. Alright. Let me post on this real quick. All right, we're live. We hit one account at 1,400. I loaded up my second account. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to be trading that live on YouTube. The link is in bio. Come check it out. 1,400. I loaded up my second account. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to be trading that live on YouTube. Link is in bio. Come check it out. We're live. We hit one account at 1,400. I loaded up my second account. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to be trading that live on YouTube. The link is in bio. Come check it out. We're live. I'll do it one more time. That was kind of a... All right, we're live on YouTube. I'm trading... I already hit my first account, 1,400 today. I'm trading my second account, and I'll try to get to that right around 1,500 again. Yeah, come check it out. Link is in the bio. Alright, we're live on YouTube. I'm trading, I already hit my first account, 1,400 today. I'm trading my second account, and I'll try to get to that right around 1,500 again. Yeah, come check it out. Link is in the bio. Alright, we're live on YouTube. I'm trading, I already hit my first account, 1,400 today. I'm trading my second account, and I'll try to get to that right around 1,500 again. Yeah, come check it out. Link is in the bio. Alright, we're live on YouTube. I'm trading, I already hit my first account, 1,400 today. I'm trading my second account, and I'll try to get to that right around 1,500 again. Yeah, come check it out. Link is in the bio. Alright, we're live on YouTube. I'm trading, I already hit my first account, 1,400 today. I'm trading my second account, and I'll try to get to that right around 1,500 again. Yeah, come check it out. Sorry. Alright, we're live. All right, we're live. I'm trading on YouTube. I already hit one account at 1,400. I'm trading my second account, and that will see if I can get it right around 1,000, 1,500. I'll be happy. Come check it out. Links in the bio. All right, we're live. I'm trading on YouTube. I already hit one account at 1,400. I'm trading my second account, and that will see if I can get it right around 1,000, 1,500. I'll be happy. Come check it out. Links in the bio. All right, we're live. I'm trading on YouTube. Alright, we're back. Sorry, just got to post all that. Content, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All that, content. Alright. I am back. Let's see if we can catch some moves here. Oh, my headset died. Alright, we're back. Okay, so as you can see here, we did hit this massive, look at this right here. This is the last leg down, so this is where actual resistance was. That's the thing about pulling volume profiles. You're able to tell where actual true resistance is. So, possible entries. Honestly, I might short this here. Let's see how this goes. Okay. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what it does right here because we could come bursting above this resistance. Let me zoom in here real quick. Let me check the volume profile. The actual numbers. Sorry, it's going to look a little messy, but let's get to this. Okay, so your true resistance was, I think it's up here. Okay, so you had sellers in this region, buyers come in, step in, push it higher. Sellers engage here where this bubble is, like you can see. They really hit it heavy here. And then buyers try to push again, and they hit a iceberg order. You can tell, like 95 contracts, and they got absorbed. So there's definitely a big seller up here. One thing I'm going to look at here is, and then you got consistent sells coming down, again, consistent sells, matching the buys, and then it tried to hit again, and 126 buys got absorbed. So bias is short for sure. It's been short all day. We will see what happens here. Okay, so now we know kind of where this is the region where buyers got absorbed. So we'll mark this little region out here between these bubbles. These are considered volume bubbles, so they track when aggregate orders are being placed and so forth. Let's see what happens. So you can see buyers kind of got absorbed here again. If it breaks below this, you're probably going to see some heavy selling again, and it might even come all the way down to definitely here. But this could possibly, we'll see if buyers continue. There is definitely heavy buyers here, so we'll just wait and see. Buyers stepped in again at the same level. Yellow box considers is the POC, where so buyers are in control of this candle. They're currently in control of this candle too. Yeah, let's see what happens here. Buyers are really stepping in here. You can see, look at that, 94 contracts. They're probably going to push this up to at least the point of control or go back up. We'll see how this closes, but look at this, buyers still stepping in. Okay, let's so possible entries here most likely are going to be most likely a short. That's what I'm leaning towards. We'll just wait and see. You can see buyers really pushing. There must be, this is where the sellers are right here in this area, 137, 123, right along this. So they did absorb that again. And if we see this break down, it's probably going to start to break pretty heavily right when it hits this yet. So what we'll do is we'll place a stop order. We'll place one here. Let it get hit. If it does, sellers are building heavily. We'll see if they get absorbed or not. And if it does come back and retest this, it's probably going to break pretty heavily. And we'll have a small risk of, let's see, it's from here. Let's say back above this area where the point of control is, $365. And we'll target somewhere right around 200. This does. Oh, we don't even target that. We'll target like 20, 30. Okay. Let's see where the aggression of the bubbles go first, and then we'll kind of play it by ear. Because you had aggressive selling, kind of got absorbed here. Yeah. They definitely hit a iceberg order up here, though. You can see one sell and then strong buying, strong, again, absorbed. And then you had strong selling coming down. Okay, got a strong bubble here. They're buying. You can see it right there. They're heavily buying here. We'll see if it gets absorbed again. You got strong buying again. If this gets absorbed, this will be the trigger to us go short. Look at this, 200 contracts. This is probably going to go up. But we'll see right here if it gets absorbed or not. If they continue to buy higher, then obviously it's going to go up. But sellers stepping in here now. They're going to be a counter. Yep, they're countering the orders coming in. If we do get a sell up here, it might reverse. Buyers stepping in still. They're matching the sellers here, so they're absorbing. You get a massive amount of sellers and hit a wall here. So this was not a good thing for sellers. We'll see if it. Sellers hitting again. Point of control again. Matching it. Now the sellers are starting to step in one more time. Yep, you can see it. They are. Let's see if it matches this again. If it breaks below back against this, it's probably going to fall then. Yeah, it looks like sellers are winning this battle up here. So what we'll do is actually we'll put a stop order here, because it looks like sellers are going to win this battle most likely. Oh yeah, they're definitely overtaking this. We'll take a sell here. We'll take a small stop loss, and look at that. They're starting to. We'll see if the buyers buy it back up. $240. Take profit. We'll do like 1 to 4. 1 to 5. 1 to 4. We'll do $1,000. All right, we'll see if this plays out. Sellers are definitely in this area where I placed. You can see them still triggering, and they're currently winning the battle so far. Buyers might buy down here again because there was a huge iceberg order down here. You can see 100 sells and it got. But once we break this, it's gonna really get volatile. All right. Their seller go again. They're really trying to push this area down below. Point of control stay in the same place, so we need this to break this level here. Once it breaks this level, then it'll start to gain steam. Buyers are matching right now, so they're still absorbing. We'll see if it gets aggressive on the seller side. But you can see on the selling side, there it goes, it gets aggressive again. So we might move stop to break even once it breaks this, or we break this right here below this level. We'll see how buyers react here. Buyers are winning this candle. They're starting to place heavy trades. I might move to break even here. We'll let it move to break even just to protect ourselves, because this looks like buyers are stepping in again. I thought we'd get a little more reaction from the sellers there, but if this comes back up, it's probably going to break this level and go up to back up here. You have 100 buyers right here. So they're really pushing. Their foot is on the gas. Currently up 145. 125 unrealized. Buyers are really stepping in here. We'll see if they get absorbed here, then we'll be in good spirits. It looks like they stepped in buyers, so it's going to probably go up here now. And I will probably break even. And there it is. Buyer stepped in right there. Now we're getting aggressive buy bubble. We'll see if they step in again here. Then it might even be worth scalping along. Right above here. We'll see if it fails or if it... Yeah, buyer stepping in again. They did get absorbed. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, look at buyers. They're dominating this candle, actually. So once it breaks above this, you're probably going to see a nice reaction. Buyers still pushing. Look, they're doubling their contracts here. This will probably be a good trade to take right here. We'll put stop loss below this bubble. Take profit. We'll put it right where this got absorbed. 225. Buyers are still winning so far. This might be a stop, possibly. Buyers need to step in here again. Sellers are actually evened out. They're starting to dominate a little bit of the middle of the candle, which is but buyers were the point of control on each candle. They've been dominating the point of controls. So we could see this actually go up. Buyers will have to win again here, and then we'll see a push probably. Yeah. Sellers are still stepping in heavily. Buyers still stepping in. Sellers stepping a little bit more, and buyers again. So, all right, let's see where this goes. Yep, sellers look like they're starting to attain control a little bit here in the middle of the candle. And I'm out. Okay, minus 230. This is going to be a good sell right here. Put a sell limit here. I don't think it's going to hit, but buyers dominating here. 7 in this range right here. Yeah, buyer's winning now. You can see this whole candle, they've absolutely... Let's put one more and test this right here. Retest this candle. It's probably going to retest this point of control where this volume is and then go up. Selling is starting to heat up a little bit, and buying is starting to slow down slightly. Sellers got absorbed here again. 132 contracts got absorbed. So most likely going up. So I don't know how far, but we'll probably test this area right here before we go back up again. Buyers still step in here, so this will probably shoot up after this. Sellers have gained this area right here, which is important. So selling, I'm going to probably place a sell here. If we get a strong sell bubble here, I'm going to probably place a sell bubble, because we'll break through this support of... We'll come back, test this area, and then probably fall. Ooh. Wow, massive amount of sells. We'll play slower here. Buyers buying right here. This falls back below this, it's going to gain more acceleration. And we'll most likely see that. Sellers trying to sell again. Buyers are trying to hold this area right here. You can see it, 149, 103. It's a pretty even battle here. Put a stop loss right above this area, because that's where the last selling and buying transaction took. Our take profit will be, we'll see somewhere right around, we'll see if they get absorbed. Because if this falls, this is going all the way down to like 200 area. 1700, yeah. All right. Once this falls below this, it's going to gain massive acceleration. Cumulative delta's dropping too. Buyers trying to step in this area. So what we'll probably do is I might move my stop to here to break even at this point. Protect myself early. And let's see if it rips. But you are getting aggressive selling here. Delta's following it, so they are placing more sells than buys for sure right now. We'll see if buyers continue to absorb it. I don't think they will. Here they go. We'll recover slightly some of this if it comes back up. And it looks like they're being absorbed here. We'll hold this trade. We'll just move it to break even still. Keep it at break even. But buyers are like they're holding this level. They bought down here. You can see it. Bought. They're matching. So they're stepping in here again. If they get down here again, they step in again, then we'll see a fall. Buyers stacking orders at this lower level. But that was a solid entry. I got practically zero drawdown on that one. So if this one works out, it'll be a nice trade. If not, it looks like buyers are stepping in though. So this is their last probably push of trying to place orders in this area to see if they can move it to the upside. If sellers are interested, and we're getting a buy bubble, aggressive buying bubble there. So buyers stacked again. I think buyers are going to take this up now. Another aggressive buy bubble. They're really buying this. seller's still stepping in here. They try to aggressively buy here, these two bubbles, and they got absorbed, so that's a pretty good sign. The only thing I didn't like, I didn't see aggressive sells here again. If I saw aggressive selling, then it'd probably be a really good trade if it came back down here again. Yeah, I'm going to get stopped out. More aggressive buying. And there it is. Okay, I got stopped out here. So this is your support area right here. This is where they bought heavily. So we can see see what happens here. And the buyer's stepping in again. We probably could have placed a buy. This is the last area right here where they have to break through. Put it right here. All right. We can see once we break this is going to get dropped down again. So we'll go here. They're obviously selling heavily. We'll place our stop loss right above here, where slightly above it, where the last aggressive selling went, and then our take profit will just drag down. We'll try to do 1 to 4. I'll just trail this. We're getting more selling here again, so we'll probably see it retest this area again. We got aggressive sell and it reacted off that and pulled back down. So now we're getting aggressive buying here, or not aggressive, passive buying here. We'll see if it holds this area right here. If it breaks back below it, I'll be good where my entry is. Looks like buyers are stepping in again. You can see from this candle, you can see that we actually had slightly more sellers and we had a lot more buyers this last time. So buyers are starting to slow up a little bit, but they're still more dominant at that area. If I see sellers step in again and this pushes, yeah, this is what I want to see. And there we go. We're going to start to see some aggression here. Probably right when we get down here, we'll start to see aggressive selling. Aggressive selling, like I said, we'll probably see a little more aggressive selling as soon as we get to these areas again. 148, wow, that's a big aggressive compared to buying. So we're going to see this probably start to fall. Yeah, this is double the amount. Jeez. Double the amount of selling going on here. More selling going on. Delta's getting more negative. We could see if buyers will absorb or not. But once we fall below this, they're going to gain more steam. Buyers did definitely absorb a little bit more down here, but I don't think the selling's done. I think we're going to see a nice reaction. I'll move this to break even at this point. We're protected again. And we could be aiming for that 1500 mark, so there's definitely sellers stacking. Aggression again, like I said, down here. Yep, they're doubling the sellers, or doubling the buyers, sorry. And we continue to fall. Excuse me. Buyers trying to buy again here. Sellers getting aggressive. Once again, you can see how many orders are placed here. At this point, what we could do is you could move your stop right here. I could recover my loss if it comes back up and some, which I will probably do. We'll go here. I'll give us a breathing room. I'll cover 125. I'll cover half my loss. Look, you can see buyers stepping in here now aggressively. They're really trying to push this area. This is where they're trying to buy. Don't know if it'll hold up, but that's a lot of buyers. Between this area right here, there's just like 370 buyers right here. Compared to 350. 425 compared to 400, so. We'll just ride out a little bit and see what happens. I gotta fix the light. And sellers took control again, so. Buyers gonna try to hold. This is where they're gonna squeeze them out again. You're probably gonna get aggressive selling. That's there. They're fighting it right. You can see right here on that side of that candle. Buyers kind of took control right this spot right here where the PLC is. You're seeing sellers jump in again. They're going to stack their orders right here and push it further down. If they retain control. So they're still stacking. You can see I'm stacking the orders there. You can see it constantly. They're hitting every time it gets hit, and now they're hitting it more. So now you're going to probably see the effect of this pumping further down now. You can see from this level to this level, selling got stronger, a little bit weaker, and matched it, and then now they're going to sell off again. Now aggressive selling. So now what we can do is we up almost 800 bucks. We can probably move our stop right above here where this last buying note is. Because if they break back above that, then they'll probably recover. But you see all these aggressive balls right here, so they're being aggressive all along these areas. The patience, what I waited for was this sell bubble. It first reacted, and then it reacted this one heavily, and it pulled all the way back down. We kind of closed below it, so I went short there, protected myself there, and then we're getting more aggression, and cumulative delta's rising. All right, so now this is right where the action is taking place. We'll see if this follows through with this big sell bubble. They could absorb here. Either way, I'll walk out positive for this trade, so erasing my loss and getting some. Look, 538 contracts to 142, if you can see that. That's insane. There's definitely absorption going on there. They're trying to find more buyers to buy, and then they're going to bing again. We're going to see aggression again. You're going to see it probably come down to 200 level. And then we're going to see this, if this bubble gets absorbed or not. This is a big aggressive bubble, so. They stepped in right there, right above where the sellers were aggressively selling. What I can do is if this fails this and comes back down here again, I can move my stop slightly above there, and we can just keep trailing it. You're getting a group of buying coming along here. They're really pushing off this area. I might get stopped here. I always put my stop right where the last failed aggressive buying or selling is, depending on which side of you're on. Because a lot of times, that's usually the signification of whether they're going to close above or not. So what I'll do here is I'll place this above here. Yeah, I'm out. I'm up 300. Okay. Good trade. Good trade. this buying fails here, it's going to come back down and test further lower. So we could test up into this area before we see it fail. This is what really triggered it, and then this is what triggered it more. There was a lot of absorption here. You can see a huge amount of absorption. Now we're getting absorption on the selling is absorbing this. This is building. Once it closes back above 83, we're going to see a nice pump to the upside again. If it does close back above 83. If this fails, close back above here, I'll probably take a long. It doesn't look like it might even go further lower for sure. Look at all these cells, 139 to 180. We'll see if this gets absorbed, then we'll know. If not, if it falls, then we'll know that the shorts probably be in a better position here again to scalp. We'll see between these areas. There's a large amount of sellers right here. It looks like sellers are going to win the battle. They're still piling. Let's see what happens here. Looks like sellers are going to win the battle here. Buying's weakening. Now they're getting a little stronger here. And sellers bounce back. Another aggressive sell here. Getting absorbed again. Now this region will be important right here. Sellers trying to push, buyers trying to push. Yep, seller's winning now. See if it gets absorbed. A good long entry would take it if it closes back above this, and they got absorbed. Oops. Whoopsie. Yeah, seller's winning. Did they go? Sellers are winning the battle. Buyers putting a fight though. I mean, we could see this definitely push back up. Like I said, you'd want to take a long somewhere right around here. Right when you get to here, you could scalp it all the way up. All the way back up to the part of the POC. Got some ways to the low. So we're going to want to see it close back above this area, and then we'll take a long. If it can close above here, then longs will be in business. We're getting aggressive selling. Well, let this play out. This is just sideways action. It's getting people to get, they're going to trigger stops here. Squeeze them out. And the longs are getting squeezed right now hard. Yep, sellers are piling on this area again. And there it goes. I should have placed a shorter there. This was the area that they're holding in this area. We can probably place it along here. Can't quite see that number. So we can see this probably right in this area where it just got absorbed. We could take a small risk here. Once this hits, I'll probably pull like a, yeah, we'll just pull like a little 200 point stop loss, or $200 stop loss. Take profit will be, we'll aim back up here. Yes, we'll adjust that. It'll come to this region here. We'll aim for $1,000. They came on and tested this area again where we had a massive amount of buying. You also had a huge amount of selling too, so, but buyers have kind of been holding this area up slightly. And they've been really aggressive here, so if the buyers are gonna they'll let it slip here. And look at that, and they're gonna stack. Perfect entry. I'll place my stop at break even here. We'll let it ride. Then I'll probably trail it as we getting more aggressive buying. They're stacking these whole orders on the side. If this doesn't hold, then we'll fall again, but I'll move to break even at this point. Just protect my profits. Because this could be a failed buy attempt. But this has to close somewhere above here in order for it to be successful. Most likely we break even here, but it was a good entry nonetheless. Yep. Let's try one more attempt here, and then we'll place our stop just below where they most likely squeezed them out. Once this closes above this or this, where it's gonna rip. Look at that negative delta. Buyers absorbed it, so they absorbed down here. I'll do a small stop loss here. Slightly below $200 again. Take profit will be up here. Join orders. This is right where the heaviest buying went, so if they do hold, they'll hold this. If not, well, it looks like sellers are retaining a little bit of control, but buyers aren't letting go. Still holding up. Sellers are stacking here again, so this is probably gonna fall. If this doesn't fall, then I'll be in really good hands, but they're stacking the orders here. Yeah, look at that. It's either gonna get absorbed by buyers. Yeah. It looks like I got absorbed right there. Okay. Actually, I think I'm in really good hands now. I'm not going to move my stop until it breaks above this, most likely. But you can see all this area right here. They tried to sell, and it just got absorbed. Someone was sitting there with a passive buy order. So as you can see here, aggressive selling. They try to sell, and it got absorbed in this area. This is where the mass amount of buying was right here, and we had aggressive selling. Now we're getting more aggressive buying up here. Once we close above this, then we go up to there, and then I'll be up almost $1,200 today. And you can see buying right here. They're selling, aggressive selling, but more now. It's more aggressive selling. This could still be a stop loss, but we'll see if they get absorbed here again. Then this is big trouble for the sellers. 250 contract to 198 there. And it looks like buyers are yeah, I think I'll be good. Look at this. Hopefully this closes above. I'm going to probably move my stop to break even here. Place to break even since that was the last fight. And you're getting more aggressive selling here and buying. So this is a big tug of war. We'll see as it approaches my level. Hopefully we can bounce to the upside. So and a break even. Okay. This is the area of absorption, so we'll see if it comes back down and what happens when it taps here again, if it gets absorbed. We'll put a buy stop right here, because that's where a bigger amount of buyers were, right in this area. And if this gets aggressive again, then we're seeing aggressive selling again. We'll see if they actually follow through. Now that we got the bubble, this is probably going to follow through. Yeah. And you got a huge spike of aggressive selling. Look at 192, 182. Yeah, they're really pushing here on the gas pedal. Again, looks like it's being absorbed for the most part. You do have aggression, so I don't know how much that will play a part though, but usually aggression is usually a good indicator whether it's going to actually move in that direction. And sellers or buyers got squeezed out, so that's it for them. Okay, well that's all done for the buyers. That move's been, you got aggressive selling here, so this was a good actually sell opportunity. You're gonna go down to 200, so you can actually probably place your buyers are absorbing right here again. Buyers absorbed right here. You can see it. It's so clear. Now we push up, it's going to take all these aggressive sellers. buy limit here. Do at this level to hold it up. See this. We'll place it right here. $200 again. We'll just risk 200 with some of our profits. We'll try to go for 1100 up here at the top. If buyers can win this again, they might absorb here again. We'll see. It's looking good down here. Now we got to break above this level right here. This will be the key level. If it breaks back above this level, then longs will probably have some steam, but you can see the point of control. They're really selling it, and we're getting aggressive. Yeah, this ain't looking good, my friends. We'll see. I may have placed my stop in the perfect spot. Solely out of luck, but yeah, you can see a seller's just pouring it on. Pull it down, try to pull this aggressive sell. This will be our stop. If it breaks below this aggressive sell, then we're in trouble. If they're able to push from here, then we'll probably be in business. Got a more aggressive selling there. Aggressive buying. This will be the indication. Looks like aggressive selling is heavier, so we'll probably go to stop. So but you're having buying down here again. So I don't know. This is looking really good for us, actually. This could turn out a really good trade if it plays out like it pumps up a little bit more, like I want to see. Come on, don't stop me out here. Buyers are absorbing here. Yep. Buyers did absorb down there, but is it big enough to hold? That's the question. We are getting more positive delta, which is obviously there's more buyers now on this candle, at least in the area that I want to see, and then we get aggressive buying there. Perfect. Now this is where I want to see the push above that aggressive buying, and they might have control. More aggressive buying. We might be okay. Maybe. there we are getting more aggressive, more passive buying here, which is good. If we close above this buy level, we'll probably be okay. Yeah. And the next level I want to see is close above is right here, 37. And we're getting that. Look at that. Beautiful trade. Beauty. All right, move to break even. We're protected once again. We'll see if the buyers actually follow through. I'm going to target these highs up here. Right up here, where we kind of had that plateau. We'll see how it works. Yeah. But it's looking good. They did absorb down here. Absorb, and they finally took off. The real candle was this one right here. This is, you can see the delta get positive. You can see the numbers down there. They actually did get bigger. And then, yeah, this is the area they're fighting now between this, and this. They push above, we're good. They can't, we're in trouble. We break even once again. But it's looking like buyers are a lot more stronger right now. So on this push up. And we'll probably get a retracement, like I said, up to 80 area, possibly even higher. And then now what I can do is I can, where the failed sell happened, I could probably move it right there. Collect another $220. But buyers, you can see them pump, they're starting to pump heavy now. We'll do this right here. Collect no matter what, 220. There goes aggressive buying right there again. They're willing to pay a higher price. POC moved up, which is good. It's moving up to the higher portions, which means we're going to get probably another pump if this aggressive buy holds up. Looks like they absorbed that aggressive buy. All right, let's see this. What happens here now? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get going here. I might have to close the position. I might have to end this stream. I have to pick up my nieces. Yeah, this might be it for me. If this doesn't fail, then okay. Well, that's it for me. I gotta go pick up my nieces and nephews. It was a great stream. 500, 1400 on my other account. I think this will go up and hit take profit, but it is what it is. You guys take care. Let me end OBS.